Welcome to Berwick Mitsubishi. My name's Mark and I'm going to take you for a walk around our 2012 model Nissan X-Trail TI this afternoon. We'll start at the front of the car and a few things to take note of. Got high intensity discharge headlights, so you can see the little washers there as well. Also have really attractive park lights in this car. Look really good when it's turned on, which we'll illustrate a little bit later. Factory fog lights down the bottom there. Beautiful chrome grille running through the front of the car. You notice relatively unmarked the Juco on the car, finished in a nice silver colour. 18-inch factory alloy wheels with really good tyres. Stacks of tread on the tyres. A little bit of polish, just residual polish from the detailer there. Chrome outer door handles. Presents in really good order. Tinted windows, of course, as well. And in really tidy order. Even as we make our way around towards the rear of the car, you do notice it is the four-wheel drive on demand, which we'll touch on as well. You notice reverse lights down the bottom of the rear bar there, and really large tail lights, so really good from a safety point of view. People can see you braking from a relatively long distance away. Even as we move down the passenger's side, it presents fairly much in the same manner as the rest of the car, in really good order, the Juco. The car's only around the sort of 18 months old, so basically still presenting like a new car. Even though we don't have the sunroof open at the moment, you do also notice, being the TI, which is top of the range, which we'll go through a little bit further, factory fitted sunroof as well. Very large sunroof too, which we'll illustrate later on. Moving under the bonnet now, the X-Trail, just a few stats for you to bear in mind. Car does have 125 kilowatts of power, 226 Newton meters of torque, and with a combined fuel economy of 9.1 litres per 100 k's, you're going to actually get in excess of 700 kilometres to a tank of fuel. So you're going to get quite good performance, and at the same time really good economy as well. Certainly a lot to like about those statistics. Moving around to the tailgate now, really simple push of a pneumatic button there just releases the tailgate, takes it up out of our way nice and easily. You notice finished in just a good plastic interior, easy to slide things in and out. Lift that up, a bit of storage in there. You also have a storage drawer here as well. Just a little lock on that drawer there. So if you've got stuff stored in there, it's not banging against the tailgate. Notice also it is fitted with the factory cargo blind. So if we want to just keep all of our goodies out of sight of people looking into the car, they can't see anything that's stored in there. Also notice it is fitted with a cargo barrier. Great if you're looking at this car and you've got pets in mind, or if the kids are being naughty, you could pop them in there, but that's probably a little bit politically incorrect. But plenty of space and very versatile. Now we're on the inside of the X-Trail, and a lot to like about the interior. A lot of features that I'll run through with you now. Starting on the driver's armrest, we've got all our power window switches, a manual button to lock and unlock the doors and isolate the windows if needed. As I touched on once again with the kids, if you don't want them playing with the windows, just isolate them. And then just our little knob right at the front there for our power mirrors. You do notice where the air conditioning vents are on the outside of the car. Cup holders for the driver and passenger right up on that top corner. We'll move to the steering wheel and the dashboard section now. The steering wheel, leather wrap steering wheel. It is tilt and reach adjustable, so we can set ourselves up exactly where we need to be. I just like to see all the dials and readouts personally. Lock it back into place just by pushing that lever back up on the steering column. You do notice that we do have light sensitive headlights, so you just set them to automatic. They'll come on when they need to as it gets darker in the day. Also on the left hand side here, we do have rain sensitive wipers as well. Once again, just simple matter of setting them to position and they will detect when rain's falling. On the left hand side of our steering wheel, we have our volume control and also our audio source button there. And just up the top there, just to flick between stations, automatically changes them up on the radio there, which we'll get to shortly. But you don't have to take your eyes off the road, which is fantastic. On the right hand side, all of our factory cruise control settings. Really simple setup in the X-Trail. Just turn your master switch on, illustrate it up there on the dash, and then you just set it when you're at your desired cruising speed. Simple matter of either touching the brake or hitting the cancel button to disengage cruise if required. You do notice a lot of information up on the dashboard there, giving us distance to empty, kilometres travelled. This car's only done 21,000 kilometres, so really low mileage. Also gives us a readout of all the information we need to know about. Once again, you know, feeding you all the info that you need. Now, being the TI, as we move into the centre console section, it is fitted with factory satellite navigation. You do also have Bluetooth and audio streaming, and also if we just pop into reverse, beautiful reverse camera. You notice that it's actually, you've got both ways. It's detecting everything around me outside the car. So really good safety feature. It does have a CD player with MP3 compatibility. And as I mentioned, you can stream your music. Little storage compartment there. Another larger storage compartment up the top there. No money in there, it's a pity. And then we move down to our climate control air conditioning. Okay, so we can set ourselves up whatever temperature we require. A little bit cool in Berwick today, so we've actually got the heater on. Not that you can even hear it running. Now, as I mentioned, when we're outside the car, just pop it into drive there so you can see these other features and the sticks out of the way. 4-wheel drive on demand, so we can select whatever we require. It does have downhill descent control. You notice on the outside here, these two buttons are actually for the heated front seats. You can set them to low or high. Keep your little tushy warm in winter time. Also, you just have a button there to turn the camera off or on if required. As we move back from the actual T-bar there, 2 more cup holders, so very versatile, plenty of places to put your cordial or your soft drink. And just touching back on the transmission, we can actually drive this car in sport mode as well, which, as you can see, it then changes the display on the dashboard, and you can see the gears indicated. 6-speed auto in this particular model, being 2012. Really good to use when you're in hilly areas or on long trips in hilly areas, just being able to manually control your gear shift. Leather wrapped handbrake. And of course, just in our little console lid here, we have our auxiliary output and our USB as well. So a lot of features in this car. There's plenty to talk about. Whilst we're moving around the interior, notice being top of the range, fitted with full leather interior throughout. All of your seats are full leather. You do have leather wrapped steering wheel, handbrake, as I mentioned. And then as we move up towards the top of the car to the roof, the factory sunroof that we touched on earlier, automatic. I've just gone with one touch of the finger, just hit the open button. And as I mentioned, really large opening. As you can see, you've got your wind deflector. And in this instance, it's actually been quite helpful, deflecting bugs as well. Good work by our detailers. Nice. Just a simple matter of hitting that button again, and it is automatic, as you can see. Obviously, when it's coming back into the closed position, it leaves the cover back, so you've still got light streaming into the car. You've got either option there. If you want the sunlight coming into the car, you can. If you find it gets too sunny and bright, simple matter of just sliding your cover forward, and we've closed it back up into a normal sort of wagon. A little holder there for your sunglasses. As long as they're not too big, they'll fit in. So as I mentioned earlier, this car's only done 21,000 kilometres. The first service, the initial service, 10,000k service, 19,000k service, servicing all by Nissan dealerships so far in its life. Another important thing to bear in mind, this car is still under new car warranty. So you basically still got new car warranty Australia-wide with Nissan until 2015. So this is just, everything about this car screams luxury and peace of mind motoring. Yeah, so in summary, a few points we'll just recap on. 2012 model Nissan X-Trail Ti, 4-wheel drive on demand, delivering you 9.1 litres per 100 k's, over 700 kilometres to a tank of fuel. Really good tyres, 18-inch factory alloys. As we mentioned at the start of the video, you'll notice HID headlights. We've got our headlight washers as well. You notice when the park lights are on as well, really attractive front to the X-Trail actually. Just highlight, you know, you've got your driving lights on as well, and it really illuminates the road beautifully at night time. It's a lot of car, this car. I hope this has given you a really good idea of the quality of the car. If you've got any further questions, feel free to give us a call, 9907 0555. Thanks again.